Schindler's List is a chilling war drama directed by Steven Spielberg that is adapted from the historical novel Schindler's Ark by Thomas Keneally. Although the film is a book adaptation, it is not a work of fiction. The events depicted in Schindler's List are a matter of historical fact that are backed up by eyewitness and survivor testimony. My wife and I have seen this movie multiple times. It has such a strong impact on our emotions that every time we see it, it's like watching it for the first time. There's not another movie I've ever seen multiple times that gives me that experience. The main character is named Oskar Schindler, who was a German entrepreneur who lived a luxurious and lavish lifestyle. Today's youth would describe him with his slang term of being bougie. He is gregarious and possesses what we call the gift of gab, which he used to his benefit as a member of the Nazi Party. Although this seems to be more for economic and political convenience, because he does not share their same beliefs and values, which is later depicted in the film. Schindler is portrayed by Liam Neeson. The events of the movie are based in Krakow, Poland, following the successful invasion of the German army in 1939 that started World War II. Hitler has decreed that there will be a Europe free of Jews and has ordered the mass registration and resettling of Jewish families into a designated ghetto in Krakow. It is here that we see Oskar Schindler bribe German army and SS officials to obtain a factory for the use to produce enamelware. Ichtek Stern, portrayed by Ben Kingsley, is a Jewish official with black market connections that Schindler hires to procure the finances and to administer the factory for him as his plant manager. The Jews that are assigned to the factory are considered essential workers and are allowed to go outside and to commute to work daily. The status of being an essential worker offers some degree of protection against persecution. The central struggle of the film is based around the Holocaust, which begins in earnest when Amon Goth, a German SS officer, is charged with the construction and overseeing of the Plaszow concentration camp. He is portrayed by Ralph Fiennes and is the main antagonist or villain of the film. We truly see how evil he can be when he leads a raid against the ghetto in Krakow to round up able-bodied essential Jewish workers to work as forced labor in the concentration camp. Operating under Goeth's orders, German soldiers begin to systematically murder non-essential Jews. This includes the sick and the elderly, and Jewish families who tried to hide and run were murdered as well, including their children. This is a turning point for Oskar Schindler as he and his wife witness these events atop a ridge that overlooks the Krakow ghetto while they were horseback riding. It is at this point in the movie that he decides to spend his entire fortune in the form of bribes to get Jewish workers assigned to his factory so that he might protect them and save their lives. Steven Spielberg opted to shoot Schindler's List in the form of a documentary. 40% of the movie was filmed with handheld cameras to give a sense of spontaneity and edge. He also opted to film in black and white to mimic what a documentary might look like if it was filmed during World War II. Schindler's List is culturally important because it depicts one of the darkest times in human history, the Jewish Holocaust. It pulls on your emotions and gives you a connection to Holocaust Jews that cannot be accomplished through textbooks or lecture. It was added to the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress in 2004 for its cultural impact upon the world. Ultimately, Oskar Schindler saved over 1,200 Jews from being sent to the Auschwitz death camp. At the end of the film, he is overwhelmed with grief and regret that he could not save more lives. Schindler's List is a great film with a harrowing depiction of the Jewish Holocaust, that redeems humanity through the actions of its protagonist, Oscar Schindler. I would recommend anyone to watch this film except for children.